So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's Saturday. We got ourselves the Guardian Quick Cryptic. And I still want to reach out. I always want to say thank you to LT for putting it in my head that this would be a great way to get a bit better, you know, when they roll around on Saturdays. And so with that done, I'm looking forward to opening this thing up again today. And today we're also bringing about a Schwarzer Riesling. This is a 2022, and this is from Becksteiner. And I thought I would just bring out real quick to show you if you're maybe getting a bit more serious about wine tasting, maybe you want to keep some notes or a log, a journal of some sort, or just to have a template to stand by. You can Google wine tasting sheets or wine tasting note sheet or something like that. I'm sure you'll come up with 1,000 different options out there for you, like this one here. This one's pretty basic. And then, of course, we've got another like this one here, which is, you know, a bit more entailed, a bit too entailed. I mean, I would use something like this maybe if I were trying to compete to name a wine from a certain geographical area. But for my own personal use, I use this one. It's just kind of engraved in my memory. It's just there for life. But what I do is I kind of look for these 4 different types of traits, whether, number one, whether it's light or if it's bold. If it's smooth or if it's tannic, is it dry or is it sweet? And almost always I'm going to purchase my wines that are going to be dry. And then, of course, I look for soft versus acidic. And this tells me everything I need to know about the wine. And so for this one, for example, on the nose, it's I can tell it's just abundantly clear. It's a lot of cassis. We got red and we got some blue and black fruit, some tree fruit there. We've got some melon, maybe strawberry, but it's very pleasant. It's a very delightful thing on the nose. As far as what I can see it's a very pale red. If when you watch as it pours, you'll see that you can see right through it there. I can see on the light, the white light on my phone, so I can see if there's any sediment or any gas. I can read the notes on my keyboard. I could tell the time on my watch. So we've got a pale red. We got the nose, and then we'll go straight to the palate. And on this particular one, I would say it's light. It is very smooth. It's very dry, and it's probably it's softer than it is, say, acidic. But it's a nice, clean finish. Doesn't linger. It's just pleasant all the way around, right? You know. So this is the kind of wine that I'd give 3.8, 3.9 stars. And the biggest virtue of it all, the biggest tell for me, is if I go back on Monday or Tuesday when they open at Delicato and I buy 2 cases of it, because it'll go from 12 euros a bottle to about 9 euros a bottle that way. And that means I'm going to keep these in the fridge and ready to go. With a Schwarzer Riesling, you want to serve it cold. At least I do. You serve it any way you want to. You can boil it and add chocolate powder to it. It's up to you. But I like it cold, fresh out of the bottle like that. Fabulous. Okay, let's hop into this grid. See what we got here today. Honestly, I feel like I've done pretty good this week, considering that I really don't know what I'm doing yet. It has been a genuine. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Let's get this mouse in there and let's forget all about it. We're getting there. So a bold undertaking in business. So we got 10 letters here. Let's see. Omit course, possibly for sustainable travel. Okay. Gosh, dang it. Come on. Now don't be doing this to me today. Don't be doing this. Stop it. Just, where were you? Stop. Just stop. Don't. I'm not going to be able to move this thing. I'm just going to have to read them out loud. Sorry. Okay. Figures from folklore in wild gorse. in wild gorse. So I think these may be an anagram of gorse, would be ogres, perhaps. And this tells me this, what we're probably talking about is eco. See if I can very carefully bring that up. Omit course, possibly for sustainable travel. So maybe ecotourism. I mean, it makes sense. Sustainable travel. Secretly criticized list of candidates. Oh, severely criticized. List of candidates. Could be, okay, I think it would be a slate, so maybe a double definition. Tree has roots in agricultural setting here. The only thing I can think of with an A would be an ash. But if I go with agricultural setting here, ASH, I get that. So posh car. Gosh, dang it. I am so sorry. I mean, I'm trying not to move everything, but posh car leads to many expecting regular chauffeurs. So posh car leads. So I know we got a nice car and it leads to, and now I can take, if I look at many expecting regular chauffeurs, it's MERC. It could be a Merc, which is, I guess, slangy for Mercedes. Jerry and I have owned many Mercedes, and I don't think we've ever called them Mercs. We'd probably think of that as a Mercury or something, you know, I don't know. Obstruct purpose in place on a border. So obstruct purpose, we could have a check as in checkmate. Check, checkmate, and then in place on a border. It could be a point. I'm maybe thinking like checkpoint Charlie. In Berlin, back in the day. So now we have raise worthless young dog. Ooh. I don't know yet. I don't have a clue. Starters of prawns, even now nearly eclipsing pasta. So prawns, even now nearly eclipsing. So prawns, even now. So penne. Learning these little things like this can really make a difference when you're looking at these grids. One insisting on perfection in rearranged trip. So one insisting on perfection in rearranged US trip. So if I take US trip to anagram, I could put one insisting on perfection, maybe a purist. So this could be raise worthless young dog. It says 4 and 2. I think it's bump up, but I don't think it really is bump and then up. I think it's worthless, a bum, young dog is a pup. I'm not sure. I have to put some thought into that, but I think that's right. I mean, it is a crossword, right? So, of course, Greek character opposed to Italian wine. Oh, okay. So maybe chi, kai, and then anti. So Greek character and Italian wine, Chianti. Very clever. I'm liking it. Leaders in some criminal alliance masterminding trick. So leaders, so maybe the first letters in some criminal alliance masterminding. So scam. Whew, okay. Now, aren't I feeling chuffed a bit? Dedication to cause is obligation, and I can just see here this is probably going to be commitment. And commitment. Approval, for example, shown by note. Perhaps we're talking about say so. Observe one seeking to obtain secret information. I think we've got a double here, so we both a verb to spy and noun spy. Clever, clever, clever. Bold undertaking in business. I bet that's enterprise. And again, it's enterprise, bold undertaking. So a business is an enterprise. Yeah, I think it fits. Others enjoy time to regain strength. I mean, I'm assuming this is rest. Also, R-E-S-T, regain strength. Why not? Withstand manipulation of sister. So sister, I'm assuming we're going to need to manipulate that. And I know right now that we can get the R blank S here. Probably a resist. So withstand. Very nice. And performer in public for a number of voters. Boost I. Fancy for woodwind player. So I'm going to assume we're talking about oboist. And I think we're talking about turnout here. So performer in public for a number of voters. So we're probably better turn out. And highly regard and price. Highly regard would be to rate. And price, rate. Okay, and let's see. Let's do a check all. And I see nothing. See nothing terrible happening there. Okay, so fantastic. And this grid was done by Chandler. Got you, Chandler. This was a great grid. Thank you so very much, Chandler. Fantastic. I thought the whole thing was really very clever, and it was also a good exercise for me. And honestly, I need all the exercise I can get here. So let's go ahead and bring down our Benny, our dad do. I just want to say that we picked up a couple of new subscribers. I'm very excited about that. In fact, one nice fella from Canada pointed out to me that it might have taken him 2 years to solve yesterday's New York Times, and he'd be drunk by the time it was finished. And I thought that was extremely clever. But more than anything, I love hearing from everybody around the world. It's fantastic. I love our geo diversity. It just makes this such a beautiful place to hang out. So anyway, I adore your likes and the subscribes and your comments especially. Thank you all so very much. And if you're not a member of the channel and you want to support us, just jump on the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a dime. But, you know, you don't have to watch it ever. You can just maybe watch it on occasion when it shows up in your feed. But I'd love to have you around and on a more permanent basis. So until we see you tomorrow, be nice to that fellow behind you in the queue. And ich wünsche Ihnen ein schönes Wochenende. We'll see you tomorrow for the New York Times Sunday crossword. Please join us there. I know it's a long one, but it's kind of fun. Even if you're used to doing the Guardian, the New York Times is, well, it's an icon for a reason. And we'll be talking with you soon. Just be safe out there. Cheers.